So I just want to invite you to start to discover the floor beneath your feet. So allowing your toes to touch the ground, your feet to feel as much of the ground as possible. So really making contact with the ground and moving around a little bit, maybe to feel where is almost the even position where you're standing on your feet and you're standing on the ground. So you're going to start by just placing your breath and your thoughts into your feet. You feel like you need to just give yourself a little shake. If ever you feel there's any kind of stuck energy or stagnant anything going on, at any point, just shake it off. Just give yourself a shake. And so we're going to start with our big toes. And I want you to feel your big toes making contact with the ground, focusing always on your out breath. Every time you remember out breath. Aiming to really deepen that out breath flow. And I invite you also to make sounds. So it's almost like the sounds of the waves. And this also becomes a part of your toolkit as calming your nervous system. So it's, when you hear that as well, it reminds your nervous system, this is how we change our state from being in that fight or flight mode and going into a more state of relaxation, state of thriving. So breathing out. And I want to invite you to have a soft bend also in the knees. Nothing is locked. And just we're setting ourselves up here, just a wiggle around in the shoulders. And then you're just going to find your place for your head as well. So just inviting, this is more about the curiosity of the weight of your head and how that impacts your body positioning. So just moving your head around and feel how that changes the weight in your feet. And you're going to really look now, once you've found what that middle perch is, where the feeling of the head always feels weightless, perched on your spine. And when you're standing in this position, I call it the ground zero position, you actually feel really kind of not heavy. You feel quite supported and quite held by the earth. So there's less need to lock anything, less need to create tension, less need to hold on. And the moment you lock somewhere in your body, this is going to affect everything in your body. It has a knock-on effect. So it's all about inviting in softness. Good. So when you find that position for your head, now, just a note here, your head is actually about 10 kilograms of your body weight. And that is a lot of weight in your head in relationship to your body. So just remember, if your head is really not in the right position and it's a little bit forward, you can actually really feel how that changes your pressure in your feet and then in the muscles in the rest of your body going up from your feet. Your head is a bit back. Can you feel that? What happens in your feet now when your head is a bit back? Or if your head is pulled to one side or the other. So getting that happy spot for your head. We are exploring this from a place of curiosity. So a lot of people come to me that have had training before and they have this idea in their head, oh, I need to stand up straight. Stand up straight. And what happens? Even just that thought creates tension, creates locking in the body, creates, I want you to feel your way into this, to feel and move your way into where that beautiful, almost floaty position is for your body. And while you're doing this, again, you're just breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Extending the out breath. Extending, extending. Each time extending a bit more if you can. Bringing your awareness back to your feet, back to your toes. I'd like you to visualize 2 grounding triangles underneath your feet here. We're going to start at the big toe, making contact with the earth, moving over to the next toe, the second toe, moving over to the middle toe, moving over to the 4th toe, moving over to the 5th toe. So we've got like a line there now at the tops of our feet, and we're going to make triangles under our feet. We're going to go from our pinky toes, our little toes, along the outside of our feet, connecting to the ground beneath, along around the ball of the foot, along beneath the ankles of the feet, and to the backs and bottom of the feet. Remember your out breath. From the back and bottom of the feet, you're going to now make your way back towards your big toes, and we're going to go slowly along beneath the ankle, up the arches, down the arches, around the ball of the foot and back to the big toes. And notice how your feet now feel like they are really rooted into the earth. And notice how once you have that in place, the rest of your body responds and softens into that. So, once you've done this practice a few times over, it can start to be something that you apply to your singing practice really quite quickly. And you can just go softening in the feet, connecting to the ground, triangles, check, soft knees, check. Beautiful soft posture, soften the shoulders, head has found ground zero, check. And we are in the ground zero position. We're in the perfect starting position. So as you're now doing this beautiful out breath practice, remember, whenever you remember to think about it, think out breath, out breath, out breath. Focus on my out breath.